cruising around. So, a couple nights ago, I heard the coyotes out here. Somewhere near where I heard them, there was easily a large pack of them out here, making a lot of noise, hooting and howling. I suspect they killed something. It's different. I'm used to Maine woods. This is Connecticut woods. We have mountain laurel, all the green leaves. The leaves never fall off. It stays that way all winter. All the leaf litter on the ground from the trees up top. Oaks, maples, beech trees, they've all lost their leaves. But these mountain laurels down low, they're like a evergreen. The leaves don't fall off. So instead of spruces and pine trees, we've got these laurels. Enough about them. Carry on. For the most part, a lot of the trails are wide open. And, pretty well clear. There's critters over there, that's why I stopped. I hear a lot of smashing. I'm thinking deer, because they're making a lot of noise. You wouldn't be able to hear them on the camera, so I'm not going to try to stop for it. But they're in this area, and you can just see how dense it is out there. You're just not getting a lot of visibility. We're talking, I can see in there probably 50 feet. That my eyes are doing me any justice. The rest of it turns into a blur with all the sticks and stems, and you know how it is. You get hunting eye. You can see it pretty good ways if you look down a hole, but other than that, pretty limited. That's where I just came from. And as thick as it looks out here, I'm probably less than 1,000 feet from a house. Just really can't see anything. I'm going to break off here for a few minutes and come back at you for the next segment. Here we go. Alright, so I just came up over another rise here in the woods. There's a trail that goes out into there. It's an animal trail. It's not people trail. If you've been in the woods, you can tell. Straight down that way, that's the trail I'm traveling on. And you just look around. I have a little spy here. I've been cruising along about 5 minutes probably. A lot of the trails down here look the same. It's not really a big difference from one to the next. Hey. You can even see this on the camera. This trail is definitely beat down into the ground. Hard. Something's traveled this trail a lot. And look over there. We got somebody's taking a saw to those mountain laurels. That's illegal here. You're not allowed to cut those down. It's definitely a nice green tree. I'm just going to kind of back out of this area a little bit. Still looking for the deer, or whatever. I suspect it was a deer that the coyotes killed. I'll get back at you. Alright. So I've been trooping up along this trail for a little bit. There's some old smashed up steel there, but if I step around this tree a little bit, there's a house right there. Just come up into someone's backyard, so I'm gonna head back out catch the next trail over and see what I can find over there. See what's going on next. Alright, so coming back down the trail here. Hopefully I can get myself, but see what happens. Alright. There's definitely some critters around out here. I can hear the animals around me and breaking sticks and whatnot. Could be anything. Could be birds, squirrels, deer even. Heard some deer earlier. But I wouldn't rule anything out. This is definitely where the coyotes live. We came crashing through here in the middle of the night, right after a snowstorm. And it was the coolest place in the world. But there's a fair amount of danger that comes along with that. You really have to be aware of it at all times. Getting a little better now. Moved out the trail quite a ways. About a good fucking, pardon my French, good half mile, I'd say. Visibility is decent. I can see easily out there, good probably 150, 200 yards. Can see out through. Some spots a little less, but for the most part, I've got pretty good field of vision here. Up that way is the Big Grass Mountain. Big Grass Mountain. Otherwise known as Landfill. See what happens. Alright, so I've come up country quite a bit. Way off the beaten path. And there's definitely some serious action going on over to my left side. I'm following straight up along this rock wall, directly down past the other end of it, straight out this rock wall is the grass hill. So I'm working my way along, seeing what I can find, trying to keep my bearings as we are coming on dusk here. There is some sort of a trail here that I'm following. It's fairly old. I've just come up to this field. I'm going to go fucking check it out. See what's going on. Try to figure out what all this noise is that's over to my left side. Banging and crashing around, but I can't see anything, so see what happens. Alright, got some big deer on the right side, crashing up through here, showing their flags. It's 3, maybe 4 of them. They're up through there, up alongside this field. I'm trying to get out in the field and hopefully get up alongside them and see what happens here. Give me a minute. Just made it out to the big ledge. It's fairly noisy out there in the woods. A lot of stuff moving around. This is where we had our fire the other day, right down there. I'll walk over there in a second. But from up here on the ledge, it's a pretty cool spot. It's a little weird being out here alone, though. Just a lot of things going bump in the woods, and it's coming on to dusk here pretty soon, so it's one of those times of the day when you start to get all your senses on hyper mode, and you hear everything crunching and snapping around you. It just comes natural, I guess. I'm up here on the ledge looking down at the fire pit there. Let's try and get down there. I'm killing myself. These rocks are pretty slippery. Wet, covered in moss and shit. There's the fire pit. There's ledge. About halfway down, something like that. Still drops off pretty good down here, down over the edge. The wall goes out that way. It's just about due east where that wall goes. I think most of the walls around here run north, south, east, and west. And as long as it's daylight, or you got some sort of moon, or you're good at following the stars, you should be able to follow the walls around and navigate pretty well without too big of a problem. That's due east. I'm just looking up due west right there. And that's where I came from. I'm going to start heading back that way. See what I can find. I don't know who made this fire pit, but it's been burned recently. But who knows? Could have been here for 1,000 years. Hard telling, not knowing. See what we can find next. Alright, so I'm coming up the trail here. My battery is just about totally pooched. And here's a little log cabin. About the coolest thing I've ever seen. Totally made from real logs. You know, and they're pretty good sized logs. Usually 12 inches a piece. At least. Pretty good size. And chinked out, rough chink with a chainsaw. Spray foam. The seams. Whole roof on there. Pretty cool. Very cool, actually. Some bars on the window. Looks like bear bars. It's actually kind of scary looking. There's a little stone fireplace built in here. Built into the backside. It's not a very big building. On some rough stone basement. Screened, aerated underneath. Like stepping stone front doorstep, door. It's just too dark out here to see it on the camera. Got some wood stacked out. Must have some little fires probably. And real cool. Way cool. I'd say she's probably about 15 by 20 feet. Just cut right out of the forest it was intended to be built in. Real cool. Let's see what we can find next. Love that. Alright. Cruising along. Of course the battery's dying here, but you can see that rock wall over there. There's these pastures, or what used to be pastures here, and you can see down there, right along right there, there's another rock wall. And I think they're roughly about an acre apiece. It's the third one I've crossed so far. Here's the opening. Moving straight along. Headed due west right now, right straight back toward the trail. There is no real trail here, per se, except for the openings in the rock walls. Nobody's cruised around in here in a while, so should be out of here shortly. Alright, what we're looking at is 2 deer. I know it's hard and hell to see on here. I hope they move. Hard to see. There's other deer moving around as well, but there's 2 straight out there. And the light level's just too low.